Hi, welcome to Strings to List, a mock code version of Apples to Apples. So, here's the situation that we got going on. So we have decks, and we have functions, integers, list, string, and operation cards. So for example, we have the pen function, we have pop, remove, different types of length, different types of functions. We have integer functions, which are just like 1 to 5 integers. We have lists, we have empty lists, lists that have two, like just strings in them, lists that have 2 integers or 1 integer in them. We also have strings that have typically 1 integer in them, or empty strings. And then we also have operations, which are just addition, multiplication. All right, so now everyone, it's a 2-player game, so everyone gets 2 cards of each. And we also have the answer cards. So this is how it's like apples to apples, where now we're going to be given an answer card, and everyone can like flip over their cards, see what they have. And so what happens is that now somebody wants to be able to get like that card, and whoever at the end is able to get this card, and whoever gets 4 cards, or we end up running out of these types of cards, like whoever has the most answer cards at the end of the game wins.
Yeah. And in doing so, it also works like pseudocode, since in this case, for this answer, we could do a list of 1 plus an empty list, which will still give us the list of 1. And in turn, I would get this point. And that's how 1 round would usually go in this game. And the person who wins that card can then choose any number of cards from which they just lost. So since I lost 3, I'm taking 3 more cards and adding them to mine.
Yeah, and I'll just take another card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so also you don't want to have so even though you could have just put this list, you want to have not only 1 card used. You want to have at least 2 cards used to get your final answer. And so, say also no one was able to get that card, we would put these cards would be like placed in a discard pile. Mm-hmm. But anyway, he gets the good card. All right.
And at the same time, since this is a competitive game, it's the person who can have the answer the quickest who then gets the point. And that's how 1 round of this game would be run.
Like I can make. Can I make this one?
So I can make, or it can be like the first person who wants to make it.
Yeah.
So then, like at this point, I know who wins.
Oh yeah, that could be something.
Yeah. And so maybe it can be a 2-player game, and like the first, like we get like a lot of cards, and the first person to make it can win.
Yeah.
And like then I think they should take those cards. Like, they take this card.
Yeah, take this card, and maybe that goes to like.
These go back, because I feel like.
Just like how it was said before, our game works like pseudocode, where the players must combine all the cards available to get the answer, teaching the players about list and string operations/functions. Meaning, this is good for novice coders to learn how lists and strings work with the operations and functions. It's also good because even if a player doesn't win the round, they still need to think about what they would have needed to win, so they would have already been thinking about how to string together the answer, teaching them the pseudocode similar to Python code.
So Alexis won because he ended up getting 4 answer cards. Yeah. And that's how you play
List to string.
List to strings.